Hey, it's Jessie. Welcome to Time 414. Today's going to be a fun one. Today we're going to talk about hair. Actually, we'll go with appearance, but most of it's going to be about hair. This is where a lot of parents have opinions, and their teenagers don't necessarily agree with their opinions. I had a house rule, and I'm sorry to all the mullet lovers out there, just not a fan. And so my house rule, that wasn't really a rule, but a mom rule, just like I say I'm 29, it's out there, but it's not really real, right? Was no mullets. Now, if any of my children really, really, really wanted a mullet, of course I would have to get over myself because it's their hair. But this causes so many problems for parents and teenagers, places where you don't really need to have problems. It's like one of those pick your battles kind of thing. I have one child specifically that is now an adult that has just always loved to experiment with appearance. And it started, fourth grade is the earliest I can think of. And they really wanted glasses. And so we got fake glasses. Went to the mall, went into Claire's, and they had fake glasses. And I was like, you know what, try it out. Because in fourth grade, my best friend got glasses. And I really wanted glasses to match her. Until I got my glasses, and then many, many years, many, many dollars, contacts, glasses, and finally LASIK surgery later, it would have been really cool to just have fake glasses. Now, of course, my eyes actually had issues, but you see where I'm going with this. There was a time I thought they'd be cool, found out they weren't. My teenager wanted to wear them. Okay, I don't think we even spent $10 on them. I did get one message from the teacher asking if they were real, because she noticed that they were on and off my kid's face at different times. So I was like, no, they're just for looks. But the hair was a thing, wanting it shorter or longer, different colors, all of the things. And it was something that, my husband and I had to have some discussions about. I was okay letting her experiment to a point. He was not quite so much on board, and I said to him, if we don't do this now, she'll shave her head when she's 18. Famous last words. We'll go over that. Perhaps at 18 the head was shaved. But even that was something that was thoughtful. There was a discussion. I was like, think about it. Think about why you want to do this. Think about if you're ready for this. And the decision was yes, and the reason was because if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. I'm like, okay, hair grows back. Yeah, hair grows back. It's okay to experiment with that a bit. There's been wigs in this house, many different colors. I just asked, and hair dye colors. When it got to be that the hair was wanting a different color regularly, that's expensive. That's when I was like, you know what, let's look at some wigs. And they found much more freedom with wigs, and that's fantastic. I just had one rule with the colors, and no, there's a shade of green out there. I don't even know what it's called. It makes me think of like fluorescent boogers. So I was like, none of that green. Okay, anything else, pink, purple, blue, whatever, try them, have fun. And that is where, before that, I wasn't quite such the fan of like purple hair, but my kid kind of rocked it. So, this is one of the things with appearance where you kind of get over your own thoughts. It's more opinions. I mean, because let's be honest, it's just hair. It will grow back. So it's just your thoughts, your feelings, but it's their head. So they get a little bit of say into it. Now, when we go into appearances, when we go to piercings, tattoos, those kinds of things, I did put more of a restriction on because those are more permanent. And what you might want on your body at 14 or 15 is probably not what you want on your body at 19, 20. Maybe it is. And if it is, if you don't do it at 14 or 15, you can still do it at 19 or 20 if you still want it. And those were discussions that we had too, that, saying no to the piercings, saying no to the tattoos at an early age, it wasn't censorship. It was, this is me being your parent with a little more knowledge to know that the you that you are right now is not always going to be the you that you are in 5 years. And so that was understood. And they make a lot of fake things. Like, I grew up in the 80s. I had clip-on earrings, you know, like the big ones that like smashed your ear. They make fake nose rings. They make fake, you know, lots of things. So we had some of those, and we just hopped on Amazon and saw what all was out there, so they could still experiment with their look, but not with something that, you know, was going to be a thing for a long, long time. So this is not what all parents want to hear, but this is my opinion, and this is what I'm telling you here, ways to make your relationship with your teen easier, better, stronger, is let them express themselves a little. You can put some limits on it so that you don't go crazy yourself and so that you are protecting them, but also recognize that it's their face that they see when they look in the mirror every single day. And if they want to try something new, why not? I mean, it's great to do when you're a teenager to try it out, right? I mean, I tried some styles as a teenager I wouldn't do now. Most of them were clothing choices, but still, it's a great time to try things. And if they can do it in a safer environment with you as the parent kind of helping them do it safely, then all the better. So take some time, remember what you thought when you were a teenager. Maybe you didn't want to experiment with your looks as a teenager. Most teenagers do, though, or at least, you know, just go right out and change their styles. But so if it's something that's beyond the edge of what you're comfortable with, ask yourself, is it your own personal opinions, or is this a safety concern? Is this, you know, a future self of them concern? And if it's none of those things, if it's just preference, it's time to let go of the reins just a little bit, and, you know, have it, like everything we talk about here, have it be a discussion first. Hey, we're going to let you try this, and maybe they have to spend their own money on the things, which is fair. Or maybe you're going to give them allowance for it, which is fair. When we started going into the wig phase, there was a monthly wig allowance. Now, part of that was me bribing them to do the wigs because the hair coloring was getting expensive, and the trips there were several hours, and a lot of the other things. I still came out ahead with what it cost to do the colors. I think I did, actually. I didn't really... Well, no, yeah, I did, because after you do the colors, then there's the color shampoo and the color conditioner and all of the things. So even, I mean, you know, we were buying wigs on Amazon. These weren't, you know, and aren't ones that are made to last, you know, the next 20 years. I don't know if they make wigs that last 20 years, but these are ones that are made to last a few months, which is about how quickly my teenager would change their mind on the color they wanted their hair. So it worked out great. And yes, I do occasionally bribe my children, but there's other videos where I talk about incentive parenting, because we bribe ourselves. Let's call it what it is. We bribe ourselves. If I do this, I can have a cookie. We can bribe our children too. Just call it out to them. I call it out to them. My kids are they all know the term incentive parenting that I made up to make it sound nicer than bribing. But we had discussions about it. Nobody was left in the dark. We all knew what we were doing, and we moved forward that way. And we had communication, and they knew where the out of bounds lines were. And I think it's gone okay. We'll see you on the next one.